All right. Let's bring in the chats. Let that refresh real quick. There it is. Where are we going here? All right, looks like Facebook's working. YouTube is working. And leave it up to Instagram to be very, very delayed. But it's going. Instagram is going. We're good. We're good. All right. Damn. All right, who we got? Blake, what's up? Curtis, what's up? K Moss, TJ Lewis, what's up? Sharon, Mom's in here. All right. And then who we got over on Instagram? Let me see here. Tint Solutions, Dami, Blackout Tint Detail. All right, we got everybody in here. Sweet. Everything's working. Everybody can hear me. We're good. Someone give me a yeah, we're good to go. Someone tell me you guys can hear me and everything. It's always nerve-wracking doing these lives with like 6 different platforms. It's a freaking mess. Instagram was really slow, so I switched to Facebook. Yeah, there's definitely a delay on the Instagram side. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. We're still there. Loud and clear. All right, cool. Saints Designs. Saints Designs. Now, here's the thing. At the end of the show, I'm going to talk about that right there later on. So just stick around. We're good to go. I just want to learn about what iMagnet today. Oh, there you go. Hey, well, we got the perfect guest for that. So we're good to go. All right, so let's start the show. I'm going to turn the chats off. You guys will come back later. It is always nerve-wracking doing this I don't know why. You would think after I don't know, 5, 6, 9 years, I'd probably get used to it, but whatever. All right, let's do this. All right, cool. First up, shout out to Performance Custom Coatings right there, the real Ryan Reel. And let me show you something. If you guys don't have a Fresh Edge, this thingy right here, you've got to go hit up Ryan Reel and get one. Now, I just saw a post on Facebook, and he did a new design of these things, and they're supposed to be absolutely even more top-notch than what this is. So go hit him up. Y'all don't know what this is? I'm very upset with you, because that means you haven't been watching the show for like the last 3 months. But anyways, no, this right here, go hit him up. Ryan Reel, Performance Custom Coatings. Tell him I sent you. Let him know that you're at least seeing him on the show. I'm just saying, right? Let's do it, right? Also, don't forget, right here, Tint'er brand, tinterbrand.com, custom merchandise, dash towels, shirts, God, you name it, it's all right there. Tinterbrand.com. Why not, right? 9 different countries, can't go wrong. And of course, the one and only, if you haven't heard of TintWiz, that's right, guys. You guys have been living under a rock. The number one CRM in our industry, hands down, can streamline your company. Listen, go to tintwiz.com, download your free 30-day trial. No credit card needed. Check it out. And if you need help, there are TintWiz coaches all over. And if you need me to help you find one, I can get you in contact with a TintWiz coach and get that all set up. So go check it out. Eric, thank you so much. Tintwiz.com. Well, Jeff Nut. No, we're not going to get into that. Cool. God, screw it. Let's start the show. Should we just start the show? Instagram, y'all still there? I'm watching. I'm watching right here. I'm just making sure you guys still there. You didn't fall asleep on me. Cool. All right. Let's do this and this. And fuck it. Let's start the show. Let's go. That's right, guys. It is Tint'er Tuesday live right here on YouTube, Facebook, and no longer Twitter, because they charge to go live now. So they're out. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram now. So a funny thing, I got an email from Restream, and as of July 14th, if you don't pay for a premium subscription with Twitter, you can no longer go live. So X the Twitter, and we're going to move on. I'll find other platforms. Fuck it. Fuck it, right? That's all I'm going to say. Anyways. All right. I don't even know where to start with the intro to my guest tonight. I really don't. I absolutely love this guy. I've talked to him in person numerous times at different window tint events. We've chit-chat back and forth on Facebook Messenger. He's just an awesome person. He really is. He is the president of iMagnet Management, and we're going to get into that and see where he's at with that. And he'll probably explain, if some of y'all don't know what it is, he'll explain what it is and what they do. So, and not only that, but we're going to get into a little bit of what I call time management. Time management. The reason why is because my guest has he's gone through some stuff in life, and we're going to talk about that. And yeah, we'll get into that. So, Patric, are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, no, thumbs up, flip me off. I don't care. Just do something. Good to go. Okay. But he didn't flip me off. Everybody else flips me off. He gives me the thumbs up. I love it. Good. All right, cool. All right, guys. My guest tonight, the one and only Patric Fransko. And let's bring him in, shall we? Let's do that.
What's up? What's going on, man?
Patric, sir, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking time out. I know it's late over on your end, so I appreciate you being on the show tonight.
Man, I'm super stoked to be on. I know we've been talking about it for a while, so I can tell you how stoked I am to be on the show. You're wearing Window Film Pros shirt. I mean, by the way, during the intro, you were giving a shout out to Eric. You see I'm sporting the Tint Wiz. I love the black on black. Cadeau sent me this hat. Now it's like one of my favorites, man. I love it. So can't say enough about Eric. If you haven't at least checked out Tint Wiz, you're doing yourself and your company a disservice. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I'm an Eric homer, but there's very few people in this industry that have done as much for the industry as that guy has and his company has. And I mean, check it out, man. I mean, seriously, if you haven't at least given it a good look at, you need to. You have to.
Yep. Nope. I agree. I mean, you can't. let's just face it. You can't go any shop, for the most part, any shop, any window film event. I mean, just anything without seeing the Tint Wiz logo somewhere. Yep. You just can't. I mean, Tint Wiz is all over the place, so I love it. Well, dude, Patric, thank you so much for being on the show. I know we've talked about you being on the show. Gosh, man, it's been a while, and I've been trying to get through my list and just, my God, dude, playing catch up is like so hard to do. And it's one show, it's once a week, and here lately I've been kind of going, every other week because I know people are busy. It's summertime, it's the peak season, and I don't want everybody to have to, stop their shop. Not that people stop their shop to watch the show, but it just kind of opens things up a little bit. So, reaching out to you was like, hey, are you ready to do the show? And you're like, sign me up. I'm like, cool, let's do this. So, but anyways, so let's do this. Patric, if you don't mind letting everybody out there know, or whoever watches this afterwards, like who you are, what you do in the industry, what you're offering, stuff like that. And then we'll just kind of dip into it.
Sure. Well, I kind of have two different things that I do within the industry. First of all, I'm celebrating actually my 25th anniversary of being in the industry. I started in the industry as an outside sales manager for a company that represented Lumar Vista and Formula One. That was back in the late 90s, right at the end of the 90s. I also have some time. I used to run the West Coast Distribution Center for 3M window films as well as paint protection. I also managed for 3M large corporate sales to large retailers to where we might be using 50 different installers across the whole U.S. and coordinating all the film going out, the installs being done for large retailers. So even though I have not earned a living in my life with a knife in my hand and a squeegee in my hand, I've been around this industry for a quarter of a century and in a variety of different roles. Currently, I own, I'm one of the owners of iMagnet Management, merged with two other agencies recently to expand our capabilities. And we are a marketing company that specializes in the window film, paint protection, vinyl graphics, and ceramic coatings industry. We just celebrated in April our 9-year anniversary. We've built hundreds of websites for shops in the window film industry. Currently work with over 100 different shops in the window film industry currently. And so that's one of the things we do. I also started over 12 years ago, Window Film Pros, the group. So started that, which started as a group actually on LinkedIn. Started on LinkedIn first and then moved over to Facebook because LinkedIn was a more established platform then. There's about 4,000 people that are in the group on LinkedIn and about closing in on 11,000 in Facebook. And that's the industry group. And then about 7 years ago, I launched a consumer awareness side of that business, along with a website, social media platforms, and everything like that, to try to raise consumer awareness for window film and everything that it can do. So that was a very long-winded way of kind of letting you know what I'm currently doing. But those are the three kind of things. And I really look at Window Film Pros, the group, and Window Film Pros, the consumer awareness program, as two distinctly different things.
Yeah, you're definitely in a lot of different things right now. It's crazy, and we'll talk about time management here in a little bit, and because I know you can probably, vouch for for time management. Because damn, dude, you need to slow the hell down.
Hey, one of the reasons I merged with two other agencies was just to not to slow down. Like I still work a lot, but it was to the point where I needed to. The two guys that I merged with, the two other agencies merged with, the founders of those agencies, both are about 20 years younger than me and have a lot more, so it's brought a new energy into the business, and it's allowed me to spend a little bit more time doing some other things with Window Film Pros and do things like that, where I'm not quite as buried on the iMagnet side, although we're still extremely busy, but bringing in that extra capacity has definitely helped.
I don't see how you manage all that, dude. Like I got enough on my plate as it is, and when you spit all the stuff out you just did, I'm just like, no. That's a lot, dude. I mean, that is a lot.
Here's the thing I will say. I definitely have tried to get better, and I know we're going to go into the time management about. I talked to you about this in the green room before we came on board. I spent probably a good chunk of those 25 years I've been in the industry. I probably steadily worked 60 to 80 hours a week. I've tried after my health situation a couple years ago to dial that back a little bit, just because I'm like, now again, we discussed, do I regret that time I put in? I can't really say I regret it, because where I am today and what these organizations that I'm part of are doing today are part of that time I put in. But it's just, now I'm trying to find a little bit better balance. 60 to 80 hours a week is just, doing that for 20 years straight will
it'll drive you. Yeah, it'll burn you out really fast, fast. So let's talk a little bit about iMagnet. What was it like starting that? What was your whole goal for it? Like all those kind of things. Like where are you guys at now? Like just kind of explain what it does 100%.
Sure. Okay. So I'll just go one step back. Part of when I was running the 3M distribution center, which covered Washington, Oregon, and California, we sold all the paint protection film, window tint in those three states. And I was the guy that was the chief operating officer of that organization, running that. Had sales reps working for me that were out on the road, and I was managing the warehouse, the whole 9 yards. Towards the end of that, we actually merged. That center merged with Interwest, which everybody's probably heard of Interwest at this point in time. And I was the chief operating officer there, and Hugh Bernardi Jr. was running Interwest. So there really wasn't a role for me in that. So I took over as chief marketing officer of this new entity because I'd been very involved in sales and marketing throughout my career. One of the projects that Hugh had asked me to do is work with the top 50 customers that Interwest had to determine what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong, what their online presence looked like, what their website looked like, and take to them a full 360 audit of where they were at, where their online presence was at, where they could get better, things like that. In the process of doing that and delivering those reports to those customers, I realized more than not, they were like, I kind of agree with everything you're saying, Pat, but I don't know who to have help me do this. Like, I don't understand it. I don't know who to, or I tried somebody in the past and they took me for a ride and they burned me or something like that. So now this is going on, at that point in time, I'm 15 years into the industry and in corporate, and another 5 years prior to that in another industry outside the industry. I realized that it was like, there's a real need for people to have good quality, credible, like people that aren't going to take advantage of them marketing work. So I put in my 2 weeks notice, and and resigned from Interwest and started iMagnet primarily to offer the things I was talking to those 50 dealers about, offering them those services. And fortunately for me, it might sound like that was a big leap of faith, but a decent chunk of those 50 people came on board as clients like day one. So like I literally stepped away from Interwest and stepped into iMagnet management, managing, right from the very start, managing a lot of window film companies' marketing stuff. And that was in April. Well, this last April was our 9-year anniversary. So we're in our 10th year of operating.
Wow. Wow. Dang,
and we do everything from websites to Google pay-per-click to social media content creation, social media ads. Basically, if it's happening online and it's marketing or branding, we do it. Branding and we don't do as much stuff with like design and logos. Obviously, Carrie that works with you guys, I mean, she's the best. I mean, So it's like, I just formed a great relationship with Carrie, because if you can't, when you find somebody that does it better than you, it's sometimes better to just say, hey, hats off. Carrie, will you help me out? Yeah.
No, I agree. If you can't do it, find someone that'll do it for you.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what we do. Our mainstay of what we do day in and day out is building websites for people in the window film industry, as well as managing their entire online profile from, like I said, SEO, Google AdWords, social media, ads, and social media content, as well as content for their websites, kind of everything. We just don't do anything really offline. We don't do we don't design trifolds and do that type of stuff.
No. Leave that stuff for the people that know how to do it, right?
Exactly.
All right. So, I mean, you guys do more or less, you guys do everything. Everything. So someone could actually just contact you for your services, and they give you all the stuff that they have in hand, and you literally just put it in the right spot.
Yep.
And then just boost it and just push it out there. And that's basically what you're doing.
One of the benefits that I think, there's a lot of great agencies out there. We're far from the only one, but one of the advantages we have is that with my staff, with our extended staff now within iMagnet, we have over 50 years combined industry experience. So when somebody comes to us, about talking about window film, paint protection film, whatever, we already know that industry. We know what works. We're working with clients already doing anything. If they literally, if somebody comes to me to build a website and they're like, I don't have any time to deal with this. If I just ask them, what brands of film do you use and what services do you offer and things like that, our team can literally build a website for them without them having to do anything for us.
Right, because you already have the knowledge of the industry. You could just plug and play everything they give you, because you already kind of know. You already know what's going on. It's nothing new.
What keywords and things like that to use. When it comes to Google AdWords, we've been running, we're not huge with Google AdWords, but we consistently manage between $50,000 and $100,000 of Google ad spend per month. So we just for our clients. So we just get a chance to see a lot of data. We see what's working, what's not working. And because we only work with one client in any given market area, so if let's just say Indianapolis, if we're working with a client in Indianapolis, we won't work with another client in Indianapolis. We have the ability to take the knowledge we're learning across our network and say, if this is working in Seattle and that's kicking butt in Seattle, we can take that and actually start playing with that in all the other markets. So we're never taking something we learned from one person and using it with somebody that might be a competitor, but we do take advantage of the fact that when we're spending this amount of money, that's just Google, not including even Facebook ads. But when we're spending that kind of money monthly and we see what's working and what's not, it allows us to guide our efforts across the network and what's working, so that the guy in Seattle can benefit from the guy in Boston, and the guy in Houston can benefit from the guy in Tampa, and
Yep.
across the board.
Just share it like you said, just share it across the board to everybody else, because if it's working for one person in one state, it may just work for that other person in the other state. So
it doesn't mean we never take a one size fits all type of approach, but it's, we've learned certain things with keyword strategies and the way we build out ads to where, like, you hit on something where you're like, oh, that really worked. And then you can take that strategy and move it and try it in other areas as well.
Smart. It's smart. It is absolutely smart. And I know about what you guys do, and I actually I know some of your clients that you deal with, and they're always messaging me going, Patric helped us do this, Patric helped us with that, and they're very pleased with the service. So, I mean, you're doing something right.
The other thing I've started from the very beginning, one of the things that when I did that analysis of the 50 clients, we talked about like what was negative was happening with some other agencies. It's very normal in the industry for an agency to come on board, sell you on their products and services, and then try to tie you into a 6-month contract, 12-month contract, whatever the case may be. The problem with that is sometimes they get you that contract signed, and then their motivation, and I'm not saying this about any specific person, but sometimes the motivation isn't still there. From the very beginning of iMagnet, we don't have any long-standing we have a lot of dealers that have been with us a long time, but from the very start with everybody, we're month to month. So it puts our backs against the wall every month to provide value, because at any point in time, somebody could leave if they don't feel like they're getting value. So it puts us in a position to know that we need to provide value every month, because if we ever stop doing that or get lackadaisical, we can lose clients. And one of the things I'm most proud of in the company is, even though we're 9+ years old now, and every single client we ever had have had a monthly exit ramp that they can leave. We have clients that have been with us over 8 years.
Wow.
And they've had whatever 8 times 12 is. They've had that many exit ramps, 96 exit ramps they could have taken, and they've continued to stay with us over 8 years. I'm probably most proud of that of anything, just because that tells me that they're feeling and they're seeing value in what we're providing, because you don't stay with somebody for 96 months.
No. I mean, if you're not going to see any kind of return, no way am I going to stay with someone for 8 years. No way. Yeah. No way. Why do you think I put my 2 weeks notice in for Autobahn?
David came through. Hey man, David came through. You challenge David like that, you're gonna lose that challenge.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so a lot of people probably don't know what the joke behind that, but no, I am not quitting Autobahn. No, I did not. Well, I mean, jokingly put my 2 weeks notice in, but Mr. Kratz came out just swinging and sent me like, I don't know, 9 different packages of ice cream or something like that. It was just it's an inside deal, but it's super funny. So, but no, I get it. No one would stay with a company, for like it's for you with you for 8 years if they didn't see any kind of return. If it wasn't working, they would have bounced. Just like you said, they had an exit every single month. They're like, nope, I'm out, Patrick, bye, see ya. Yep. And for someone to stick around for that long, that right there just shows that you guys are putting in that work and that effort and just keeping things just pumping out left and right. And it's there you go.
I will say the great thing too is, even through COVID, I'll share a couple things that really still give me goosebumps now to talk about it. First is, like, even through COVID and even when all that was going on, every year, including 2023, since I founded the company, every year has been better than the previous year. We've grown every single year of that entire history of the company. So so even through COVID, we did that. But the thing that I was going to say, it gives me goosebumps, is when I got sick, I hadn't yet merged with the other companies. And when I got sick, in case some of you don't know, 2 years ago, I got pretty serious cancer. And it was pretty dicey for a while. And thank God, everything is looking really great now, and I don't have any sign of cancer in my body. But this is the thing that gives me goosebumps. So during that time, I was in the hospital to start that whole process off for 9 days. And I remember, and I was still doing a lot of the work for our clients at that time. I reached out to a lot of our clients and said, I don't know what the next months, weeks, whatever are going to look like. But, if you want to find somebody else, I totally understand. And if we do work for you and I can only do half of what we're supposed to do for a given month, I'm only going to charge you for what I can do, things like that. And I literally had clients reach back out to me, and this is the part that's very touching to me, said, listen, you keep charging me every single month exactly like you're charging me right now, and whatever you can do, but I don't want you to worry about it. You charge me the full amount. Like, they basically told me, I don't want you to charge me less. You charge me the full amount and you do whatever you can do, and I'm fine with that. And I was like, man, I can't ever pay those people back for that. I mean, it's like, so that kind of made me feel a little bit like, well, maybe I've done a couple things right.
Yeah. I mean, you have. I mean, let's just face it. You have done a lot of things right. But yeah, that right there says a lot about, your clients, and that they stand behind you. And we don't have to get into the whole cancer thing, but I know when you announced it to, out kind of, and, everybody in the industry kind of started finding out about it and learning more and your situation. And, when I found out, I was shocked. I was shocked because I'm like, what? I mean, this is someone I personally know in the industry. And I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. Right. And then I saw you once as you were kind of going through things. And then I saw you, the most recent, when was last? It was Amelia, wasn't it? Was the last time I saw
Amelia?
No.
Amelia Island was the first show I was able to go to after I was getting treated, and I look back at pictures of that now, and I'm like, "Shoo, I look pretty rough."
No, okay, well, I'm not going to sit there and say you look like shit. I'm not, okay, but I mean, we all know that when you go through cancer and you go through the treatment, it changes.
Yeah.
You look pretty bad. I mean, I'm not going to say it like in a derogatory way. I mean, let's just face it, But the thing is that you were still there. You're still in good spirits. You were still, hugging and shaking people's hands and just like, hey, I'm Patrick. I'm still fucking here. I'm with iMagnet and all this. And then when the next time I saw you, dude, you looked like night and day difference. Like, you look fantastic. I was like, I even came up to you and I'm like, dude, you look like Patrick from the first time, and I was super happy, knowing that, you've got zero, as of right now, you have zero signs, 100%. And even your doctors are very, just blown away.
I mean, I had, I don't mind getting into it. I mean, I had, metastatic cancer that was not just, it was prostate cancer, but it was also pushing into my bladder. It was on my bones. It was in my lymph nodes. So, it was spread. It was, and based on their calculations, for that type of cancer, they use a particular scoring system. And I was at the highest score, which you don't want to have a high score. That's not the good thing.
No.
So it was looking like, could go in a very bad direction. And, I don't know what all the people watching, what their faiths are, but, as a Christian, I was like, I could honestly say, I can say nothing but that it's just like, thank God. 'Cause even my doctors were blown away, like that I don't think they were expecting what happened. And I started taking chemo. And they had me going on three rounds of chemo and then a PET scan. And then and then another 3 rounds of chemo, and then another PET scan. And after the first 3 rounds of chemo, they did my first PET scan before they started was lit up like a Christmas tree with cancer. After 3 months of chemo, they did a PET scan and there was no cancer.
That's wild. That's wild.
And then they still gave me another 3 rounds of chemo just to be on the safe side, and gave me another PET scan. And since then, they've given me PET scans every 3 months, and they've all been completely clean. And my oncologists call me a unicorn because they're just like, it doesn't happen. It doesn't,
No.
So, no. I mean, thank God. I mean, that's, I view that as nothing more than God having mercy on me, because when the doctors that treat people every day don't even have rationale for why this happened with you, then you kind of know that it's like, all right, then, it's something different. And they give the same medicine to everybody. And when you're the one person that this has happened with, you're like, okay, well, nothing against the medicine, and I'm a firm believer in modern medicine, but if you're giving the medicine to everybody and I'm the only one that this happened to, that tells me it's something outside of the medicine.
Hey, listen, I know for a fact that I know you had friends and family behind your back 100%, but I will tell you this, anybody who knows you in our industry, we all prayed for you, man. Every single one of us did, man. That's it.
I appreciate every single one of those prayers, man. It's like, and it changes, like some of what I think we'll probably talk about here is, with some of the things I'm doing now is it changes, that was a wake up call for me. And, I think a lot of us, we talked a little bit in the green room, and I said, a lot of us live as if we're guaranteed another 40 years, another whatever. And then all of a sudden you're sitting in the hospital and they're telling you, depending on how certain tests come back, you may have 18 months, something like that. And it's like, you're like, it changed. I mean, even though I'm great now, and thank God for that, you never think about things the same way again. It's like my brain is, you never, I've said this to somebody and hopefully it makes sense. My brain thinks like somebody that's 85 years old, even though I'm obviously far, far younger than that. And by that, I mean, like I've looked at what me not being around much longer might look. I mean, I actually look at that now as a blessing. Like I've been given the blessing of being like, hey, this is what the end of your life looks like. And now hopefully, knock on wood, I'm going to get, God gave me another 40 years, but it's like, don't keep living like you have unlimited time.
Nope.
No. Keep your brain thinking like you did when you were in the middle of that. So, that's, so from a time management standpoint, I mean, I feel like I've sort of started to try to make sure that the things I'm doing are the things I want to do, like the things that I have the most passion for. And one of the reasons I merged iMagnet with 2 other agencies of guys I trust and guys because I wanted to do a little bit more with Window Film Pros, but I was so swamped with iMagnet management that I just couldn't do it. So that freed me up to do a little bit more, because I realized coming out of that, I love iMagnet, I love our clients, but I'm like, I don't want to do 60 to 80 hours a week. I don't want to just fall right back into that. Like this situation never even happened, 2 years ago.
Yep.
So I've started to prioritize, doing things. My daughter, my oldest, is going away to college in the fall, and I'm trying to spend time with her, and I'm looking forward to go see her at college and things like that when she's there. But my perspective on a lot of things is different. Doesn't mean I still don't, I don't know that I'll ever retire by the traditional sense of the word. It's just not kind of not wired that way. But I definitely feel like I want to spend my time doing the most important things and not, missing those things.
Yep. No, just like you said, man, we're not getting any younger. We're not. And we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed the next 5 minutes.
Yesterday was Carol Lockwood's birthday. I know Harry did a post. And if you knew Carol, super awesome person. And, if nothing else, I mean, we know people in our industry. We know people that didn't get, it didn't go the right way for them. And, again, if you're alive and you're healthy, your family's healthy, you're blessed. I mean, everything else on top of that, what you do with your day, what you do with your company is a bonus. I mean, because I can tell you, and I said this to Jason earlier, those first 9 days when I was in the hospital and they were running every test known to man on me, I was not worried about how much money I had in my bank account. I was not worried about, whether, it puts everything in perspective really, really, really fast.
Yep. No, I mean, I couldn't imagine being in your shoes at that time. Like you said, not one thing went through your mind about, oh, how much money is in my bank account? What do I got to do tomorrow? You weren't thinking about any of that except for like, oh shit, I need to get through this, and I need to get through this and that's scary.
It was
shit.
Even more practical than that. Like, man, I really, at that time I had a 10th grader and an 8th grader in school, and I'm like, that I'd really like to see my kids graduate from it's like everything. Super granular. It's like, not only aren't you worried about your bank account, you're worried like, man, I'd really like to see my kids graduate from high school. Yeah. Man, my son is in 8th grade. I still want to teach that kid a lot of shit, and I'd kind of like to be around to do that,
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you look at it and you're like, that's me sitting there in that situation. But the reality is we're all in that situation. We just don't realize it. Like, I've had some friends that, have unfortunately passed away at young ages, not even from cancer, from tragic accidents. I have a friend of mine right now, and just to tell you, like, it puts it in perspective, a friend of mine from church, his son's best friend and his fiance went to Buffalo to see a concert. And on the way home from the concert, a guy crossed the center line, hit him, killed his fiance. His best friend is severely in bad shape in a bad coma, and his son lived. But it's like, you're like, in one split second, that kid's like, his fiance passed away and his best friend is in a coma. So you don't have to have cancer. Like, we don't know what tomorrow brings. I guess my message would be like, you don't have to go through a situation like I am to maybe start trying to work on that better perspective. Because the reality is we are all in that situation. None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. Not a single one of us is guaranteed tomorrow.
No, not at all. I mean, literally, all you got to do, and honestly, you don't even have to do that. I was going to say, all you got to do is walk out your front door. And I mean, there's no telling what will happen. But I mean, to put it really in perspective, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen to me when I shut off the show. I mean, what if I open my studio door? I mean, there's no telling. Like, it can, like this. Anyways.
I mean, like you said, it could be that. I mean, I had a good friend of mine. I'm not that old, but I had a good friend of mine that I played football with growing up and everything like that. Literally, great guy. I mean, life of the party type of guy. Like, literally went to bed one night and never woke up. His wife went to get him up the next day, and he was sleeping in, and she shook him, and he died in his sleep, like some sort of coronary heart. But I'm just saying, I mean, like, no warning at all, like nothing. Like, went to sleep, and So, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying, we all live like we're somehow promised, another 40, 50, 30, whatever it is. We all live like we're promised. Like, if you're 30 years old, you think, I'll probably live to 80. I got another 50 years. Hopefully, hopefully you have 60 more years. Hopefully
yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you can't and I'm saying this as somebody that lived most of my life guilty of living that way. So I'm just saying, I mean, the best, if it's possible to say that I'm blessed that I had cancer, I would say I actually feel blessed that I had cancer, because it like opened up my eyes to that. And that's a crazy thing to say, that you feel blessed that you had cancer. But I'm telling you, when it hopefully will allow me to redeem whatever number of days I have left much better than I would have done without that.
I don't think you're going anywhere, Patrick.
I hope not. I don't want to. I don't want to.
No, I don't think you're going anywhere, man. No way. And talk about time management, and your situation and everything that you've gone through, and even other people that have gone through these kind of situations, stop worrying so much about how much money's in the bank. I mean, let's be honest. Your life doesn't cost. You know what I mean? Like, you only get one time. That's it.
And the one thing you can't get more of, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. When Steve Jobs at the end of his life, when he was dying of cancer, like the billions of dollars he had in the bank couldn't buy him any extra days.
Nope. Right.
It's like, you can make more money. You can't buy more days.
Nope.
I mean, I think that, it's just one of those things I think you have to really think about, as far as, and again, when you've attained a certain, you've attained some success in your life, things like that. Don't get me wrong. I love things. I'm a car person. I love cars. I love all kinds of stuff like that. But, you realize that, I don't know if anybody else on this on this live is like, but you realize, like, when you're younger, and you want, like, hey, I really want to save up enough to get whatever it is, a BMW, Corvette, whatever. As you get older and you've been blessed enough to attain a couple of those things, you realize that it's like, you really don't get the juice that you thought you were going to get out of
the satisfaction. Yep.
And you really worked really hard to get it. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy it, but it's like, now I try to put things in a little bit more perspective. Like, I'm really probably not going to be happier with, a bigger house. I'm probably not going to be, because you find that those things, like, the extra little shot of, like, tends to be shorter. Like, as you move along, the juice you get is shorter and shorter and shorter as you move. So doesn't mean you shouldn't, try to get nice things and move along, things like that. But you really kind of don't, your motivation for what you're doing should be because you really care about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it this way, because we all need money, we all need to live, but I try not to make my motivation for doing things money. If I'm doing something that I really love doing, and I'm doing it well because I love doing it, the money sort of seems to follow that. I try not to do things because of the money. I try to do things I like doing, and the money seems to follow.
There you go. Well said.
I don't know if that's but that's just, I mean, I got a couple more years in the rearview mirror than probably a lot of the people on this video. I'm not old. I mean, I'm in my early 50s, but I look at things differently now than I did when I was in my early 30s. That's for sure.
And I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. No. I'm looking at things differently. I have been for a couple of years now. So, anyways.
Well, the Window Film Pros thing, definitely. I know we're kind of closing in on, like, I think you do these for an hour, right?
An hour and 15 minutes, yeah, give or take.
But the Window Film Pros thing, I think a lot of people on here know that, like, we've got the group, which everybody's aware of. The consumer awareness thing I started because for a long time in the industry, people would ask, like, why isn't anybody in the industry doing anything to educate consumers? Because if you walked out and you went into a local shopping center and you asked 100 people what they know about window film, 95 of them, and that might even be a little bit conservative. 95 of them probably have no idea what window film is, what it can do. Mm-hmm. So, I approached, Window Film Pros years ago with, I'm just going to start creating content that's window film related, but not branded, because everything that was out there was done by a manufacturer, and it came across as being like, yeah, it's educational, but it's also, you're trying to sell me something. So I created Window Film Pros to say, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't even collect the leads. I'm just putting out good information about window film, whether it be home window film, automotive, decorative. And then I have people on the website that are, listed in the maps called Window Film Pros. I don't collect the lead. I just say, hey, if something you read is interesting to you, find a local window film pro. And I just tee it up for them to go directly to that person, because my objective of Window Film Pros is to just educate people.
Right.
It's not about like, I'm going to collect leads and then I'm going to charge dealers for the leads. It's not what I'm about. Now, fortunately, what we do in order to help us get that message out and in order for us to create the content, we charge dealers a very, very nominal fee yearly to be on the Window Film Pros locator. And we have corporate sponsors that help us as well. Partners, Automon is one of them. We currently have almost 50 corporate sponsors that support us to generate content that doesn't have their name in it at all. Eric at TintWiz has been very generous in supporting the organization. So what we do right now is just literally try to go out there and share with people about what window film can do and, why they might be interested in it. And we're actually starting with one of the things I'm really doing is going to try to get in front of more people and get out in front of people. In fact, one of the things I talked to Cash the other day, I'm not going to be at the WFR event because I'm actually going to be in Denver at a Overland Expo Mountain West event that is hundreds of vendors and people like that deal with all the people that are into overlanding, off-roading, van life, everything like that. And they're there, and window film on these vans and on these things could be extremely beneficial. So I'm actually going to be out there, hopefully talking to a lot of consumers about window film, and really trying to not really focus Window Film Pros on the industry, but focus Window Film Pros on the people that are using the film.
I didn't realize you're going to be
using the film, the end consumer, the person that's getting the film on their vehicle.
I didn't realize you're going to be in Denver though.
Yeah. It's actually, I think it's actually in Loveland.
Is it Loveland?
Denver. It's actually it's called Overland Expo Mountain West. So it's right out there in the Denver area.
How many days is that?
I believe it's 3 days. It's like 2.5 days. And then
are you going by yourself?
I'm going to be there with some other people, but I'm going to predominantly be going.
Well, I mean, like industry wise, are you going to be with anybody else industry wise?
It's one of the things, like with these guys I have helping me with iMag, that I'm available via phone, but it's one of the things that's afforded me the ability to go out and do some of these things.
Well, I'm not going to WFR either, and I am only about an hour and a half away. So if you would like some company, I'd be more than happy to come hang out with you.
I definitely will. Give you. We'll talk about it offline. See
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Part of my mission, this industry's been very good to me. And part of what I want to do is, it's like, I have no illusions that Window Film Pros can like have this tidal wave of consumer awareness. But my thought is, like, if let's say we said the consumer awareness was at 5%, just let's say, 5% of the people understand window film. And we were able to potentially, as an organization, help that over a period of years to be 5.5% to 6%. That transforms our entire industry.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like a lot of people think it's like you got to have this massive move in the needle. It's like, no, if we just went from 5 to 6, that's a 20% increase in the entire industry. I mean, and so we're just focusing on the margins of like, we write a lot of content about, hey, your hardwood floors fading. Like, did you understand window film could help? Like school security. Like right now, I'm happy that like if you pull up, I think it was I posted it the other day, like school security film information or something like that. We came up, Window Film Pro's website came up #1 organically for school security film information.
Wow. Okay.
And it was like NGS, 3M, a couple other companies had paid listings, and we came up #1 organically. So that's a process of us creating content, properly SEOing it. And the goal, again, is just to be like, if you're interested in safety film or security film for a school, we just want to present you with an article that's not talking about Matico, not talking about 3M, not talking about anybody. We're just talking about what window film can do. And then, hey, here's our partner companies over here. Here's Window Film Pros. Reach out to one of them. All I'm trying to do is open your eyes to what window film potentially can do. I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just trying to hopefully have you leave the website a little bit more educated about window film than you were when you came.
Yep. Nope. Hey, education is key in this industry 100% across the board. It is. It doesn't matter. Home, office, automotive, PPF. Like, I mean, there's so many things in our industry. It all needs to be consumer educated 100% because not many people know.
I'm going to be doing some stuff too. I'm going to be traveling the U.S. A little bit, and part of that's going to be to visit some different events, as well as I'm going to be stopping by shops, talking to them, things like that. So I don't know. I sent you a picture of the rig I just picked up, and I'm talking to Carrie about doing a wrap on it and stuff like that. So I will have that out in Denver next month. So it will be out there. So.
Well, like I said, we could talk later, and I mean, to my knowledge, I don't think I have anything going on. So if you want some company and someone else in the industry is right there next to you, I'd be more than happy to come out and hang out with you. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to, on some of these events too, what I'm trying to do, because there's a lot of people. I'm speaking at WFCT. I have 2 speaking sessions at WFCT on marketing, but what I'm trying to do, because I enjoy speaking, is get on the docket of some of these sessions to where I don't know that I'm going to be on the speaking docket at Overland Expo West, but I'm also doing Overland Expo East in Virginia. And I'm trying to work with the shows to be able to start doing like their educational seminars that they have at the show, and be able to do an educational seminar about window film. So again, I'm not selling anything. I don't sell film. I don't, my main company is marketing for window. So I like the idea going into those, and just it's 100% an education play. There's no left hook at the end of the presentation, like, hey, if you want that, it's just like, it's just about education. So. Education, guys. Education is fucking key. Well, it's the cool thing about our industry, and I tell people this, I'm like, some of this you can look at as fortunate or unfortunate, but when you look at our industry and you look at what our products can do, it's literally, you could rip it right out of the headlines of the newspaper. I mean, we have products that help save energy. Everybody's talking about ways they could save energy, like energy saving. We have products that help protect people's skin from skin cancer. We have products that help school safety. We have products that reduce smash and grab crime if there's riots and things like that. We have products that literally, if you just open up an average paper, we have products that can address things right out of the paper today. Anti-graffiti films, as commercial spaces all across the U.S. because of COVID and people not coming back into traditional office spaces, commercial spaces are being reimagined all over the U.S. Decorative window films are being used all over the U.S. to help transform commercial spaces. we have products that literally fit into all these things that are happening, and that's where I hopefully you can hear it in my voice. I get excited about this stuff because I'm like, we're not just selling some product that's been around forever. It's like literally, if you take some of the things, if you take the top 20 things that some people are thinking about, school security, security for retail stores. It's in the news all the time about stores being broken into and being looted and things like that. Health and skincare and things like that. We've got products that help with that. Our products can be a very big part of helping to reduce the energy footprint so it's all, the things that are in the news every day, we have products that fit those categories. And that's what excites me. It's like, we're not selling some old stale product that nobody needs. We're selling a product that people need, but nobody knows about it.
Right.
95 out of 100 people don't know that we have a product.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'm on a soapbox now.
No, you're good. You're good. If anybody was over on Instagram, they kicked me off because I hit my hour mark. So I guess Instagram lost it. They're gone. So it is what it is. They only give Instagram only gives me an hour to go live. So yeah, they're gone. Oh well.
One of the comments I saw from Shady talked about doing videos. I definitely want to do some videos that are going to be more consumer facing. Again, trying to tie into some education that with no actual, conversion, if you will, at the end of it, just education wise, because I know videos in a lot of ways are reaching people a lot better than content is in some ways. So we are planning on doing some videos. I just have to figure out the right format and exactly how I want to do it. Some of the visits to the shops that I want to do are going to be hopefully actually rolling up with some shops and actually going to job sites and talking to consumers about what that shop's doing at a given job site. And, they're installing film for heat and glare reduction and having a discussion right on the job site about why this building is having window film installed. So really kind of some practical things that consumers can understand, like, hey, these are some of the applications of window film. But that's where me traveling around and visiting with dealers is going to play in. I don't want to just go in the shop and visit with them. My goal is to be like, hey, let me go out and get out with you guys on some projects and use that for some video content.
Yeah, there's a lot that we can do. There's a lot.
So that's all.
Right.
I mean, that's really kind of what my focus is. And again, I mean, we talked a lot about earlier about time management and really doing things. I mean, to me, I feel like this industry's been so good to me and my family. If I can, Window Film Pros is a little bit of my way of giving back a little bit. Like, I'm not planning on doing, a show. I'm not planning on doing it. I'm just planning on doing this, and people that want to help us out, it's, to help us be able to do some of this stuff. That's great. But, we're not trying to, I make my living doing other things. I don't need to make my living doing Window Film Pros.
No, time management, baby. That's it. That's what it all comes down to. Let's see. Let's do, because I know it's where are we at? An hour and 5 minutes. Let's do a quick Q&A. So if you guys have any questions for Patric, now would be the time to do it. Because when we're done with that, we'll do a couple of giveaways, and then I got a couple of things I want to show. And I know Patric's probably like, I'm ready to go to bed.
No,
I'm joking. Totally joking.
I've got a Bernese Mountain Dog that's waiting for me to take her for a walk.
So yeah, guys, if you have any questions or comments you guys want to leave for Patric or ask Patric, now's the time to do it. I know Tim Johnson said, I love the Pro Locator you have and the law part embedded into my site. Yeah. You do a lot of different things. So if you guys want to learn more about what he can do, definitely hit him up. Definitely.
Absolutely.
For sure. Let's see,
man,
Jordan.
Jordan, you always got a hug coming, man. If I see you, you're getting it. Whether you want one or not, you're getting a hug. So,
Absolutely. Oh, man. Dude, that
goes for anybody. If you see me at WFCT or a show, I'm a hugger. I'm an Italian. I'm a hugger, man. You never have to worry about like rolling up on me to give me a hug. I'm all about it.
And I can vouch for what he just said, because every time I'm seeing, he's like this. He's like arms open. He's like, come here. And he's always giving hugs. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you giving away today? Let's see
okay, wait, hold on. I'll get to that in a minute. Do you create websites?
I do. Our iMagnet does create websites. We create everything from basic, 2 to 4 page websites. If you just want something that looks really great and you're on a budget, we create full blown websites. We created, we have some websites out there that are 200 pages. So we create, depending on what your budget is and what you're trying to accomplish, we can kind of create something that fits those needs.
There you go. You'll like Ricardo. He's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. I'm sure he's probably going to hit you up at some point.
Yeah, and by the way, we will have. I gotta finalize all the partners that are going to be part of it. But we will have new Window Film Pros shirts this year that are going to be a little bit of a change up from what we've done for the last 8 years. Similar quality shirt and everything that everybody loves, but just a little bit different design. So definitely stop by the booth, as we always do for these shows. I get together a group of people from the industry. We create a shirt that's got all the logos and stuff on the back, and we give them all away for free.
They're all back there.
Yep. So we give them all away for free, and we've been doing that for like the last 7 or 8. In fact, the year that I missed because of my cancer treatments, a bunch of people stepped up and helped give out the shirts at the show. So we haven't missed a year of giving out the shirts. We usually bring 400 to 500 of them to the show and just give them away.
And I think I have the last 3 that you've given out. I 3 or 4 I think I still have. Yeah. Jordan said, how much to be on the shirt?
Well, the first thing, Jordan, is you have to be exhibiting. One of the rules Deb has at WFPT is you have to be exhibiting at the show to be on the shirt. So if you are exhibiting at the show, we typically, depending on how many people want to be partners, we typically limit it to like 12 different people on the back of the shirt so it doesn't get too crowded. And we usually are like 300 to 400 per company. And again, that there's no profit baked into that at all. That's like if I literally go to my shirt guy and I'm like, hey, I've got $3,500. How many shirts can I buy with it?
Make them all. Yeah. Make all the shirts.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then whatever we have, we give away. I don't take any of them. It's like I bring them and we give them away.
And you guys go through them pretty damn fast.
By day 2, we're down to the oddball sizes. So if you're there this year and you want a shirt, come on day 1.
Yeah. Go day 1 and go see Patric first thing before anything else, because the shirts go pretty fucking quick. They do. So go back to what you asked. What giveaways? So I posted this a couple of weeks ago. So I'm pretty excited about these. Now I did the Tint'er brand ones years ago, and everybody loved them so much, and I was like, all right, I want to do something different. So I went through the same company, and they're super easy to work with. And so what we got are air fresheners, and so both logos for the show And this company is super fabulous with their turnaround and their communication. And these are all pre-scented. It's got the scents on the back and everything. So I'm going to give out 4 of these tonight on tonight's show because, believe it or not, I got a whole box full. So I don't want to give them all out at once. So that's what's given away on the show tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see who the first 4 people are going to have the Tint'er Tuesday air freshener in their car hanging over their mirror. So, yeah, whatever. We'll see. So yeah, cool. All right, so no WFR, but you will be at WFCT, and you are going to be at SEMA this year.
I will be at SEMA. I definitely will be, God willing, I'll be at SEMA. We'll be at WFCT. I'm speaking twice at WFCT about marketing on 2 different days. I've got 2 different presentations. So definitely we'll be at WFCT. We'll have a booth there. And at SEMA, typically I'm there just walking the aisles. I typically don't have a booth at SEMA, but I will be there.
I think Audubon's going to be there this year at SEMA. So
nice.
But I'm only going to the WFCT this year. So
it's a good one. I mean, Gary V's going to be there.
Yeah, Gary V's going to be there. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm super stoked.
I was actually surprised because some of you guys know I've spent a little bit of time and interacted with Gary over the years, but I wasn't even thinking he was speaking anymore because of all the different things he has going on. I wasn't even really thinking he was doing speaking events. So when I heard that they were able to get him, I was pretty surprised. Like to have him be speaking in that small of a venue. I'm actually seeing him the beginning of August. In the beginning of August, I'm going to be out to see him and his team and be at VCon, and that's at Staples Center. So for you to be able to see Gary at WFCT, that might be a reason to go to WFCT in and of itself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So if you guys are going to the Window Film Conference, I would definitely make a point to go hear him speak. Absolutely. All right, Patrick, let's do 4 giveaways.
All right.
Let's see. Trying to think of screw it. We'll just do it the fun way. It's always fun doing it this way. And we'll just see. Did you see a private chat pop up?
I did.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some numbers, and I want you to pick a number between those numbers. And then me and you just get to watch the screen and find out who gets it right. It's a fun way. You can see, look at Cash. He's already putting 69 up there. Like people, look, see this. It already starts. It never fails. Let's do.
Hey man, sorry. Cash was the guy I called, said I couldn't make it to WFR. I hope you guys have a good show. And dude, you're a gentleman, man. I love talking to you, and I hope you guys have a good show. Sorry I can't make it.
All right, so our first one. All right, listen. If your last name starts with a B, stop it. Just stop it. It's too soon. No, I'm just playing. So Patrick, if you'll pick a number between those numbers for me.
All right.
And then just send that back. Oh, that's a good number, baby. Oh, here, I tell you what, this is such a good number. I'm actually going to give a little bit of a hint to it, and let's see who actually really can call it super fast. This is a college basketball player from way back in the day. It was his number, and he played for Duke University. So you guys pick a number between 0 and 20, and let's see who gets it. 0 and 20. Patrick, if you see that number come up, holler out their name.
All right, starting right now.
So Cash put the first number in as 23. 0 to 20, guys. 0 to 20. See who gets it.
Still
0 to 20.
Oh, Cash got it.
Cash gets it. Cash gets it. See, look at everybody throwing in numbers. Like, oh my goodness, this is what happens every single time. Patrick, pick a number, another number between those numbers.
All right.
All right, stop. All y'all, stop, or I'm not going to do this again. Go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead.
All right, there we go.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's.
They're just throwing numbers.
Oh, they won't stop. They won't stop until I end the show. All right. Come on. Stop it. Stop it right now. Nope. I'm not. Okay. I mean, Patrick, we can sit here all night. I don't care. Unless everybody stops.
We're not doing it. It doesn't count until you say go, right?
Hey, damn right. It does not count until I say start. All right, I think everybody calm down now. All right, pick another number between 0 and 20. Go. Starts now. Now. And it's not bingo. Get out of here. 0 and 20. It's another number between 0 and 20.
Now they're not. Now they're stopped completely.
Now they gave up. They're like, I'm out. Let's go. 0 and 20.
Oh, Curtis got it.
Curtis got it. It was 17. Hey, you got to watch out for the last names that start with the B. That's husband and wife team. They like to tag team on the giveaway, so you got to be very careful with them.
Got it.
Let's do. Let's see. They're just gonna keep going. Here, I gotta switch it up now. Do Here, let's see how fast this one goes. Here you go, Patrick.
All right. It's my son's number in football.
Oh,
high school Friday Night Lights starting here in a couple weeks. It's
nice. All right, guys,
I have a hint for this one if you want. If you're
for it.
You're an old school football fan, it's Dick Butkus's number.
Oh shit. Okay, pick a number between 50 and 60. Go. Who knows it? Pick a number between 50 and 60. Starts now. Look. Everybody's probably Googling who the player is.
They're Googling Dick Butkus.
They're diggling. Oh, Brett got it.
Yeah.
Brett
got it.
It was 51.
He beat you by a half a second, Tinsy.
I want to know who all started Googling that. That's hilarious. All right. Brent, you got that one. And what is that? 3. So we'll do one more and we're going to switch the numbers up. We'll do that, Patrick.
All right. I'm going to do my number when I played football.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. So if anybody watched Patrick back in the day when he played football, you're going to get this one really, really quick. Pick a number between 30 and 50. 30 and 50. Let's go. Who's going to get it? And it's Patrick's football number from, I don't know, like 1800s.
Yeah. Leather helmets, the whole 9 yards.
Back when football started. Pick a number between 30 and 50, guys. 30 and 50. Right. Nah. He doesn't get it. Nope. Don't say his name. Don't say it. Someone else has got to get it.
Hey, come on, Cash. It wasn't that long ago.
Come on. Someone already called it out, but they already won. So if you guys can scroll back through the comments. Someone already won and called out the right number, but scroll real fast through the comments, and you'll know it pretty easy.
I can give him a hint. Oh, TJ
Lewis got it. It was 44.
I was gonna give a hint. I was gonna say hard 8. For all the craps players out there.
Hard 8. All right, cool. So, guys, I think I've got, well, I don't have Brent's address or TJ's address. I got Cash and Curtis. So yeah, TJ and what was it again? TJ and Brent. Message me, send me your address, and then I'll send you one of these cool Tint'er Tuesday air fresheners. There you go. Cool. All right. Patric, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the chats.
All right.
And then, Patric, this is the time of the show where I give my guests a chance to leave a legacy of the show from themselves. Tricks, tips, thoughts, final thoughts, anything. Here's your chance. Go for it.
Well, I mean, as far as, anything that I can do to help anybody in the industry, I'm always there to help. If you see me at a show, by all means, come up. If you just want to call, I think a lot of people will tell you they've called me. They're not even clients or whatever. I'm always happy to help out. As far as tips or tricks, probably one of my favorites is if you're looking at some windows and you forgot your handy dandy meter and you want to figure out whether a window has a low E coating on it, you know this trick? Yeah. If you light a lighter, say it's a double pane window, there will be 4 reflections in the window based on the surfaces. The one that's if it has low E color, one of the flames will have a slightly different color. So if you see it a slightly different color on the second flame, there's a low E coating on the inside side of the outside window. If it's on the third flame in from the outside, it's on the outside pane of the inside. So it's kind of a trick. If you ever run into it, you're like, I don't know if this window is low E or not. And if you have a lighter handy or a match, it's a way you can tell. So
absolutely. And
a little bit of old school stuff right there.
And I'm gonna add into your little trick is, do you know how to figure out if it's laminated or tempered glass? Patric, come on.
Well, I know a couple different, but I mean, let me hear it. I want to hear it.
So if you take a penny or a nickel, right, and if you go to your car and tap your windshield and then one of the roll downs, you're going to hear 2 different tones. Your windshield's laminated, your side windows are tempered. So if you don't have a meter and you're out doing a quote for flat glass, if you've got a coin on you and you know those 2 tones, you'll be able to tell if it's laminated or tempered glass. So there you go.
I never thought about doing that. I know that laminated has a little bit of more of a thud, like a little bit of a deeper tone. So sometimes you could do that. I didn't think of going out and checking it against the car though. So there you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Full of tricks and tips. Patric, hey, it was an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for taking time out.
No problem.
I know you're an absolute inspiration to a lot of people in the industry for everything you do, everything that you're doing now, and where you're taking things to that next level. And of course, your health and overcoming cancer is just inspiring. So I can't thank you enough to be on the show. I'm not going to say get the fuck off my show, but Patric, you got to get off my show. See you later, bud. I try to do it respectfully. I mean, we have to be nice to our elders, right? No, no, I'm just playing. Patric's a great guy. Listen, guys, hit him up on Facebook. He's absolutely there to answer questions, help you guys out. Very knowledgeable. He's been around for a very long time in the industry. So if you guys need something, hit up Patric. And then don't forget, iMagnet Management. It's there to help you, and he will definitely get you going. Now, what I said at the beginning of the show, that right there, this is absolutely fantastic. Now, Dom, I call him Dom. Dom, Tint Pro. A lot of you guys know who Tint Pro is. He's actually an ambassador for the Window Film Conference, right? And so it was like 2 weeks ago. He hit me up and he said, "Hey, send me your logo." And I'm like, "Okay, why?" And he's like, "I'm gonna have something made for you." And I'm like, "Okay." And then if you guys know who Ferdinand Sainz is, he started making hats. Well, I got this in the mail today, and y'all see how thick that is? This thing is super dope. Now, I got lighting in the shot, in the studio, and everything like that. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, and sometime this week I'll make a post about this, and I'll put it on Instagram and Facebook. But this logo right here, it fucking glows in the dark. It fucking glows in the dark. So I can't wear this when I go to shows because everybody's going to know where the fuck I am at night. But this thing is super dope. So thank you so much to Dom and Ferdinand, because this was absolutely fantastic. It's even got his logo on the back. Now, here's the thing. When I got it, I was like, dude, this is super dope. I flipped it up like this, and I look at the bill. Son of a bitch has my fucking name on it. I was like, shut up. I mean, this thing is super dope. So shout out to these guys. This is just absolutely fantastic. And it actually arrived today, and I was like, oh shit, I get to show it off on the show. So pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool. I get some of the coolest shit, and just like this. If you guys are interested in this, I mean, you guys see the depth of these. I mean, look at that, right? Here's your chance. Scan that bad puppy right there. Got it? Hurry. Pull your phones out. Do something. Screenshot it. But go check out these guys, Blaze Designs, and they'll take care of you, because this thing right here is absolutely dope. So I got two of the coolest shit. That is, I can't thank these guys enough, because I don't have the talent for either one of these things. All I do is sit on the show. But thanks again, both of you guys, for these freaking items that I get to display for the show. And anyways, it's pretty cool. So thank you guys so much. It's pretty neat. So I'm working on a guest for next week. Typically I would go every other week, but I think it's time to make up some time, right? And I'm working on a guest for next week, and he's a little nervous, but we'll see what happens. He's like, oh, I don't know if I'm really there yet. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just come on the show. So, so I'm hoping to have someone next week. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, guys, if you guys were over on Instagram, I apologize. They only allow an hour, and they kicked me off, and I tried to reboot it, and it wouldn't go. So I'm doing my best with that. So just have fun with it. Again, if you guys want something, send me your addresses. I'll make sure these things go out. It's a little easier to package these than some of the other giveaways I've done before in the past. Yeah, that's it. Guys, have a great rest of the week. Thanks again to Patrick, my guest again tonight. And thanks for being in the chats, guys. And that's it. I'm done. It's hot in the studio. I'm ready to call it a night. So I'll see you guys live right here next Tuesday on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. I'll see you guys. Okay, bye.